Greetings from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm your humble but lovable Wolf Alexander here on. I remembered what I changed the name of Multiple Personalities, my show on CCTV, to Evolutions. And I thought, yo, shit, that's good. So, yeah, this is a little episode of Evolutions. So we have a situation, starting with Portland and perhaps moving to Chicago, as we now understand, of we're the media is calling them secret police, but they're federal employees in one way or another from Homeland Security and from different enforcement agencies, apparently being deployed to round up whoever they feel like, apparently, and put them in. Then the big thing has been rented vans, because that is really weird. And in Pennsylvania, apparently, the police are going to arrest these folks if they come, which is what has to happen wherever they are. It's absolutely absurd. But this is tantamount to a kind of brown shirt, which was the German thugs who went around destroying on Kristallnacht, for instance, famous incident of destroying Jewish businesses and beating them up and doing, burning things down and breaking things and breaking people. So that's kind of the beginning of what happens in Germany and leading, further into World War II. But in any case, it seems very similar to that idea. These are people who are unaccountable. And the whole issue here is that we can't have anybody in government or in official positions to be unaccountable. It's not acceptable. Nah, I ain't having it. And so that's kind of the story is obviously going around. It is something I've been giving some good thought to. So I think, again, this is totally unacceptable, an attempt to rile people up and hopefully start enough of a conflict to work for the Donald's campaign ambitions. I can't see it any other way. I mean, I'm just looking at it and saying what I'm seeing, and that's the best I can do. I try to be careful about what is a fact and what isn't, what is true and what isn't. Some things I don't know if they're a fact, I just know they're true. Thank you, Bill Maher, for that. Anyway, much love. This is, to say that love is sort of always the answer to getting out of a jam in human terms. Now, whatever love, that word, means to you, it means finding a way through things with compassion, with empathy, without violence. And it's always the answer to the violence. But sometimes it is only effective when violence happens. And that's a sad statement about the way in which we have arranged human civilization up to this point. It is not an acceptable way. Economic scarcity being the rule is not the way. Scarcity has been used from time immemorial and has its peak right now here and in the major powers on Earth right now. So all of this kind of fits together in this vast sort of puzzle. But the whole idea of suppressing and oppressing people in order to have the appearance of a law and order personality, type, action, is just really, really sad. And in some ways, I look at the present administration as being truly pathetic creatures. And I also believe that, in a way, all of this whole thing, the chaos of trying to rule through money and through force of arms and so forth, is just boring. It's actually really boring. And I think that's my takeaway. It gets boring. I mean, come on. Everybody has to suffer because the few on top want to feel good. They want to have big houses and lots of boats or whatever. They're just power. They just can't fill that space with anything else. And because I believe it's an emptiness, they're involved. And that's my ramble. So But my gamble is on us, is the ability to do the right thing. And can you, in good conscience, and I'm speaking to the federal police that we were talking about at the beginning, can you, in good conscience, arrest and harass your own countrymen and women? Why? It is an obligation of a military-type unit to not obey unlawful orders. This is an unlawful order. If you're leaving things to the state, which seemed to be the COVID policy of the White House, then saying, but no, but here we're not leaving it to the state, we're just bullying our way in. You want to be a part of that? Is that what your conscience tells you is the right thing? You hear me. You're my brothers and sisters in service. You're going to mess with your own folks. It could be you next week. You make a little mistake, you move wrong. It could be you next. Come on, this is an old story. I didn't do anything when my neighbor got taken away, and when they came for me, there was no one left. Okay? You want to be that person? Yeah. So I just, with all my heart, and love and blessings to everybody, let's do the right thing. Spike Lee, great movie, by the way, Do the Right Thing. Let's do that. Much love and blessings.